So this is why most YouTube channels get zero leads. Most YouTube channels for businesses are built on the wrong foundation. Talking to everyone, posting random content, hoping that something sticks. This presentation breaks down exactly why this fails, what micro niche actually means, and how to build a content system that generates real leads on autopilot. These are the 3 reasons your channel is probably not generating any leads. 1, you're talking to the wrong people. So with ads, you're going in front of people, interrupting them and talking to people that are cold. And the same thing actually happens with YouTube, is you're posting broad content to people that probably aren't your ICP. So broad content brings in broad audiences that never buy. YouTube now ranks videos for specific viewers, not general ones. So what that means is that YouTube's actually increasing the likelihood of you being pushed in front of the person that actually needs your solution. And when you're talking to everybody, you're actually talking to no one. This is a very common saying in the online business world, but if you're posting content that appeals to the entire market, you're actually talking to none of the market because it's incredibly broad. The second thing is that there's no through line from content to offer. Random video ideas create random results. So if you're constantly just posting ideas that aren't really working right now, content that you think might just be good, that's definitely what's going to be generating some weird results, if any results at that. Viewers watch and leave without taking action. The biggest problem with this is that when people are actually watching your videos, you want to make them feel a certain emotion. You kind of want to make them feel like, oh my word, this guy's giving me so much away for free. What could his pay stuff look like? That's the whole point of this. And there's no system with pulling them towards the next step. If you're watching this because you feel like every single sales call you take right now is cold and you're tired of having the same conversation and trying to warm people up over and over and over again on a 45-minute call and then them not paying you, or you've been trying YouTube for yourself and you haven't seen any results from it, click the link below to book a call with me and we'll map out the exact YouTube strategy that you need to be using right now to bring in a ton of qualified leads. Now, with that being said, let's get back into the video. A lot of info businesses or B2B companies essentially just post YouTube videos and have no system behind it. They just post and hope for the best, right? That's not what you want. You want to have a complete funnel from first view to click to pre-call nurture and the VSL system all the way to a closed deal. And then 3, misunderstanding what YouTube actually is. YouTube is a search engine first and a social platform second, right? So YouTube's obviously built on the backbone of Google, and the biggest thing with Google is SEO. YouTube has the same thing, right? That's why when we do work with our clients, we create the titles based on SEO and what's performing, right? That's the most important thing with YouTube, is that you gotta think of YouTube as a search engine, not as a social platform. People come looking for answers for very specific problems, and your content either speaks to that search or doesn't. So let's say, for example, you are a SEO agency, or let's make it even easier. Let's say you're running an info product to scale an AI agency program, right? If you aren't appealing to the market that's searching for how to scale and start an AI agency, then the people searching that aren't going to find you. Now, that example is pretty timid because the AI agency space is completely full of AI slop, and it's a terrible industry to be in, but that's basically what that is. So let's talk about what micro niching actually means. It's being specific, not small. A micro niche is the exact overlap of your audience, their pain, and what you do. The narrower you go, the higher the conversion rate becomes. Broad channels attract window shoppers, right? So let me be very specific with this example. Again, we'll use the AI agency example. If you, let's say for instance, teach people how to run an AI cold email agency and you are just marketing AI agency, then that's a very broad niche, right? Not many people want to go into AI agents, AI cold email, and it's just a broader niche that, you're not going to be attracting buyers from that. For instance, we have a client that runs AI cold email and he brings in a lot of people because it's a very micro niche channel. It's not the fact that the channel's small, it's the niche that you're targeting is micro. You need to be giving YouTube clear signals, right? So YouTube's algorithm is built around matching content to the right person. When your channel has one clear topic, the algorithm knows exactly who to put you in front of. Think of your channel as a book. The channel name is the title and each video is a video chapter. Essentially, you want to increase watch time. That's basically what I'm trying to say here, is that your channel is a book and people need to read the whole book. And then the more you read a book, the more invested you become. And you just want to get to finishing the book, which is booking call. That was a bit of a weird analogy, but listen, the goal isn't to go viral. It's to become a #1 resource in your specific industry, in your specific niche. People who find you through search already trust you before they even ever speak to you. That trust closes faster than any cold outreach ever could. And for example, I'll even show you that right now. This is a new client that we just brought on board. And as you can see here, he closed $2,000 from YouTube, which is $6K contract deal. And above here, I'll show you another $12K that is she brought in from YouTube. And as you can see here, he booked 4 calls and closed 2 people. So we've brought him a total of $18,000 in contract value with 2 videos in 2 weeks. So he's becoming the number one resource in his industry. So people who find you through search, like I said, trust you before they speak to you. These people trust him before they even speak to him. So how do you actually pick your micro niche? So first you want to target a person. Decide who you want on the call. So the type of person you want on the call. You need to find the demand. So search YouTube for existing queries and Reddit. That's two very good places. And then validate. So test demand before committing. You want to test if this niche is actually receptive to your offer. So here's how you build the content plan. So every video should answer a specific question. Not generic content, not just random crap. It's specific content tied to their exact pain points. This is how YouTube connects your videos to the right viewer at the right time. So I'll give you an example. If you're running an AI agency program, or let's use a B2B offer, right? If you're running an SEO agency and you want to get in front of people who need your services, you don't want to just say how to make more money with your local business, right? You're targeting a broad industry, and that's just a weird thing to say. You actually want to be like, this is exactly how to rank first on Google using SEO. So like without using paid Google ads or something like that, right? That'll directly target a pain point of your ICP. Each video should connect back to your core offer, right? So if a video doesn't move someone closer to working with you, it's the wrong video. Your channel needs a clear line from the first video they watch to a booked call. So essentially we have 3 types of video. You've got top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content. The top of funnel content is to bring in people, middle of funnel is to nurture those people, and bottom of funnel is to convert. So top of funnel would be more broad niche content that reaches a wider part of your TAM. Your mid niche content would nurture those new people that come in. So this would be very specific niche industry problems. And your bottom of content would be client testimonials and case studies. Those exactly 3 videos will print you money, right? Consistency builds the compound effect. YouTube is a compounding platform, right? You're not going to come on YouTube, especially if it's a brand new channel. You're not going to come on YouTube and after one video expect to bring in some revenue. Now that does happen very, very often in info, but especially for B2B, that just doesn't happen. And the reason why is because it's a compounding effect. It can happen, but it's a compounding effect. We need to make sure that you're posting consistently and you're layering those exact videos on top of one another. So this is exactly how the lead system works. So if the viewer finds you, they type in a question and find your video. The trust is built. So by the end, they've already see you someone is worth talking to. They take action. The call to action tells them what to do next, and then the call is booked. So the trust took 1 video to build, right? Trust is built within 1 to 2 videos. That's just it. And look, the numbers speak for themselves, right? This one video made Danny $12,000. Actually, we posted 2 videos. We made him $18,000. We brought in $26,000 for Nate within 30 days of a 3-month LTV for his low ticket community, $25K in pipeline value in 21 days for Todd Pritchett, and tens of thousands of dollars in low ticket revenue for Lander, under 1 million views in 3 months. Just by the way, we did the production only, not the ideation for this guy. So it obviously works, and it works very, very well. Your channel actually should work when you don't. So this is actually what the difference is between inbound that builds and outbound that burns, right? So videos don't clock out. It runs at 2 a.m. on weekends, on holidays. So it's essentially a 24/7 salesperson. This is the difference between an outbound that burns your reputation and inbound that builds. So constantly always pushing outbound. Obviously, when you're running an outbound campaign, especially if you're an info owner, when you collected leads and you're running an outbound campaign to get people on, that can ruin your reputation very, very a lot, right? If you just run a YouTube strategy, I can guarantee you will never need to do any outbound ever again. A single video in the right niche has generated over $12,000 in revenue on its own. 3 videos done in the right way have generated $26,000 in revenue with 20,000 views. The channel that never sleeps. So videos run 24/7. Every upload is permanent. Cold outreach burns your reputation. You're one right video away in your niche that changes everything. So this is how the full system works. You micro niche so the audience has pain and offer overlap. SEO content, so this answers our ideal question. Algorithm match, YouTube puts you in front of people that I actually want to see. YouTube puts you in front of the right viewer. Trust is built when they watch the first video. Viewer sees you as a go-to resource, and then they book a call. And the cool thing about YouTube is that not only can you use it as an organic mechanism, you can use it as part of its ads, as your pre-call sequences. You can use it when you're using a book a call funnel as pre-call sequences. You can use it when you're funding people from Instagram to YouTube to booking a call. There's hundreds of ways to utilize YouTube as a nurturing system. The system compounds over time. Each video adds to the channel's authority, each viewer builds trust, and each book call validates the niche. The channels that stay consistent are the ones that win. The bottom line, the goal is not to go viral. It's to become the number one resource in your specific niche. People who find you through search already trust you before they ever speak to you. That trust closes faster than any cold outreach could ever. You just got to pick the right niche, you got to build the right content, and you're going to let the system work.